and Genesis right there. All right. Welcome. All right, folks, we are ready for our first press conference of the day from the Moody Center in Austin today. Thank you for participating in today's NCAA Women's Basketball National Championship Tournament. First round pregame press conference featuring the University of Illinois. We are happy to be joined by guards Adalia McKenzie and Genesis Bryant, and after they make their remarks, we will dismiss them, and then we will have head coach Shauna Green join us. Ladies, again, congratulations for your second appearance in the NCAA tournament in the last 3 years, and we're going to open it up for questions. If you would raise your hand, the microphone will be passed to you, and then just state your name and affiliation to ask your question.
Danny Davis, the Austin American Statesman. Just for either player, how much did last year's experience winning the WBIT kind of help you all and prepare you for tournament play this year?
I'll say the WBIT definitely was a great experience for us, and just knowing what it takes mentally and physically, just having that relentless pursuit of just going 1-0 every game and not letting anything get in the way. You know, it's the end of the year, so everybody's tired, and just not letting anything, again, stop you from the goal of, again, winning the championship. And I feel like we were really connected that game, and the experience of the season kind of like led up to that moment. It was a hard season, but we ended strong, and we just put everything together. So I definitely believe that that will prepare us for this tournament, the tournament that we dreamed of being in, and I'm really excited for it.
Sam Ferris from Fansided. Genesis, you transferred into this program a couple of years back, and you've been here with the program now a few postseasons. Can you talk about how that experience with that team and getting more involved with the program has helped you?
Yeah, I mean, when I was in my previous program, we went to a Sweet 16 Elite 8. So been there, see what it's like to just be in that atmosphere, what it takes as leadership, and just seeing that, like, I really valued that experience that I got from there. And then just being here and, like you said, going 2 times in the past 3 years when before us they didn't go in since 2023. So just being able to be the change in the program and hopefully the start of a new beginning is it's a blessing. And I'm just very grateful to be a part of that, and hopefully like this program just continues to soar after we leave.
Next question will be back to Danny Davis from the Austin American Statesman. If you would pass him the microphone, please.
Either player again. How much did playing in the Big Ten prepare y'all for the NCAA tournament? Just kind of surviving that gauntlet, what you guys had to play during the regular season.
Yeah, I'll say the Big Ten Conference is a very elite and hard conference. I mean, you're playing the best teams every night, and different caliber of teams, different height and skill, like really good post players, really good guards. And I feel like the Big Ten definitely prepared us for this moment. We played Creighton, and we've seen teams like Creighton before. So I just feel like we feel really prepared because we see like the best of the best almost every single night.
Do we have any other questions for these two student athletes? Seeing none, ladies, we can thank you for your time this morning. Have a good practice, and congratulations, and we'll see you in action tomorrow. Thank you so much. Folks, we will wait for, as a reminder, the Illinois locker room is open from 10:45 to 11:15, so you do have a few moments before head coach Shauna Green will take to the podium. We are going to stick to the schedule so that if anyone who wants to join us via Zoom, we'll make sure that they connect with us at 11:05 when Coach Green will be here at the podium. But again, Illinois open locker room, 10:45, 11:15. Thank you. Pleasure to meet you. Have a seat. Yes, have a seat. Okay, we want to welcome everyone back to our first pre-game first-round press conference featuring the University of Illinois. Today we welcome Illinois head coach Shauna Green to the podium. Welcome, Coach. Congratulations for your season today and for your second NCAA appearance in the last 3 years. Coach, we'd like to begin with an opening statement from you, and then we'll go to questions.
Thank you. No, super excited to be here. Obviously, this is what our goal was setting out for this season, coming with an experienced team back after winning the WBIT championship last year and making the NCAA tournament in our first year at Illinois. So we're just super excited to be here, but also this group, this core group has been here before. So, you know, our goal is to come in here and to compete and to go 1-0. So really proud of this team. We've been through obviously a lot this year, had a lot of adversity thrown at us with injuries and illnesses. And they just continue to fight, and they're so connected, so together. And it's our core group that's been together for 3 years since we got the job here. So to see them be able to get to this point again and you know, to get back to the NCAA tournament, I could not be more happy and more proud of the group that we have, and just a special group of young women, and absolutely love this team and ready to play tomorrow.
Thank you, Coach, for that. I will open up for questions from the media. Just identify yourself and your affiliation and ask your question, please.
Hey, Coach, Sam Ferris from Fansided. You've now, quote-unquote, been here, done that in the tournament. How does that help you as a coach beyond being able to tell your players what to do?
Yeah, I mean, the more experience you have in the NCAA tournament, I think obviously the better you know what to expect. But the most important things is that your players have experience with it, you know. A coach can have been here and done a lot of things, but for them to have, you know, our core group to have played in this before, I think is a big piece. And obviously, as we're building this program, our goals and what we want to do is be able to get to the NCAA tournament, have this be what we do every year, and then continue to win games and go further and further. So the most important thing is experience for our players, and I'm glad that we got that year, you know, with our core group under our belt in year one.
Shauna, what makes Danny Davis, Austin American Statesman. Sorry, Barb. What makes Kendall such an effective defensive rebounder? Because 6'2" doesn't necessarily scream, great presence down there, but she's producing at an elite rate. What makes her so effective in that aspect?
First off, that 6'2" is a lie. So whoever who did our, she's 6'1" on a good day, and that's what she does even more unbelievable, right? She's so undersized, and going up in our league, everyone's 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". So just absolutely amazing how she does what she does at her size, and how, I wish I could sit here and say we taught her all that. A lot of it in rebounding and with KB, it's just she has a knack for it. She has a feel for going after the ball, where it's going to come off. And the most important thing about it is she has a great deal of pride and passion to rebound. And that's what rebounding is. Rebounding's hard. Rebounding, I still tell her she could probably get 2 or 3 more games if she just boxed out a little bit more. But she just goes, and I know even as a player, sometimes your best rebounders aren't your best box out people, but it's your ones that just go get it, and credit to her. Well, again, what she does at her size is absolutely unbelievable.
Danny, do you have a follow-up right now? Thank you.
Some fans around Texas probably remember Coach McIntyre from her time here. What has she brought to your staff since, I guess, 3 years that she's been with you?
Yeah, and she was with me at Dayton before she came to Texas. So I forget how many years, 4 years together at Dayton. Then she left me there and came down here to be an assistant for Vic, and then when I got the job, was able to get her back, and she's absolutely critical to our success. She's elite in a lot of different areas, in terms of basketball, in terms of relationship building, mentoring. So she has been, she's been a key piece to building this program and the turnaround that we've done. I couldn't do it without her, and really my entire staff. I say it all the time, and I don't think, the head coach usually gets You get the blame, you get the credit, but you cannot do it without the people around you. And all the success that we have is our players and our staff. That's who gets the credit for all of this. So, but Calamity's an unbelievable coach. She's an unbelievable person, and I'm glad that she's on our side right now and not the other.
Sam Ferris from Fansided again. Coach, you have 2 players that average over 28 minutes a game and 3 that average over 30-something. What does that consistency mean as you head into the postseason in this tournament?
You know, I hope it's an advantage and not the other way. This 2 weeks has been good for us. Obviously, you know, we came into this season with really, I was so excited because it was our deepest team. We've been at Illinois for 3 years. This was going to be our deepest team we've ever had. And then injury after injury after injury after injury. And, you know, so now we're down to, you know, we'll probably play about 6 tomorrow. I mean, that's so at this time of the year, that can be good, and then it can also maybe be bad with your depth. But it's one good thing, I think, that, you know, the players know. You can play. You can, you know, I'm going to let them play through mistakes. I'm going to, you know, you can, and I think that's huge. I think when you can go out there and not worry about a lot of that stuff and play free, I think that's an advantage to us. So the other good thing is they're used to doing it. We've done this now since January. They've logged, you know, 30-some. Most of our guys play 40 minutes a game. So again, in this setup, it's a little bit easier too than like a Big Ten tournament. If we win, you know, tomorrow, at least you get one day instead of having to play day after day.
Our next question will come from Jim Vertuno of the Associated Press.
Hi, Coach. Your players were asked about it, and you mentioned the WBIT. What's the value of being able to win a championship? It's a different tournament, but it's a title. And what do you get from that?
I think it's such a valuable experience, right? And you know, the thing was, again, I think you have to look at every program's different. When we came here and took the job 3 years ago, they hadn't been to an NCAA tournament since 2000. So to make it in our first year was obviously huge stepping stone for us. And to tell you the truth, I thought if I was going to, it probably would have flipped. I thought, you know, maybe the WBIT, you know, the first year and then hopefully an NCAA tournament, but we kind of sped it up a little bit and got there quick. Then last year's we had some ups and downs in our season with high expectations. And to make the WBIT, our team initially they were not thrilled about it, right? Because you want to be in the NCAA tournament. And I gave them a couple days, and then I addressed them, and we're going to this tournament, and we're winning it. If we're going to be in the WBIT, we're winning the damn thing. So they kept that mindset the whole time, and for them to be able to a tournament setting with a group that has, you know, we're just starting to get together, to be able to learn how to win in March is absolutely key. And we played in April. So anytime you can play in April, only a couple teams can do that. And to be able to cut down nets and to win a championship, like you said, is I don't care what tournament it is, it's huge. It's hard to win championships. And now they understand what it takes to win in March. They understand the grind of it. They understand the pressure of it. And they also understand what winning a championship feels like, and that is fun, and you want more.
We're going to go back to Danny Davis from the Austin American-Statesman for the next question.
I think if I do the math correctly, it's about 16 days since you guys last played between this game and that game, and part of it's an early exit from the Big Ten tournament. But do you like that long break between the conference tournament and the NCAA tournament, or would you like to see the conference tournament maybe like a week separating the two?
You know, I go back and forth with that. I think it's a good question, but I think in the end, I do like it early. Obviously, you had to remind me about the early exit, so I don't like that. But you know, you want to be playing a little bit later, and then it's nice to get that week to refresh, to get a little healthier, depending on where you're at. So I do think it's good, because I know some of the men's teams. You know, I've talked with coaches, and they don't really like it, because if you're playing in the championship or even in the semis, you're going. I mean, you only got a few days, couple days prep, and really not really time off. So for us in our situation this year with our health, it was huge. I mean, last week, the week after the Big Ten, we've only practiced 2 or 3 days in 2 weeks with our full 5 starters. That's kind of how we've been banged up still. So for us, which is one of those years, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, give me as much time as we possibly can to try to heal up.
Any other questions? Yep, back to Jim Vertuno from the AP.
If you could just scout Creighton for us real quick and what kind of a matchup it is for you.
Man, Creighton, they're just, I've played them before. We played them when we were at Dayton, and they're really good. They're really, really good, and they're really, really hard to guard, as you guys know. So this is it's a tough draw, but in the NCAA tournament, everyone's really good. So they present, some problems for everyone to, trying to guard them and how they can shoot the three at such an elite level. And they're very old, just like us. And when you have an old team that has been in that system with how they play offensively, they have that thing down, and their motion and how they play offensively. I just think, what Jim's done there has just been unbelievable. I think he's one of the best coaches in the country and one of the most consistent programs that there is. So nothing but respect for Creighton, and we have our hands full. We got to be ready to guard and we got to be ready to move, and we can't be tired because they're going to wear you down. They're going to move and nonstop. So it'll be a tough one, but we're excited and we're prepared.
Do we have any other questions? Okay, for Coach, just identify yourself, please, and your affiliation.
Yep. Shauna, Joey Wagner, Illini Inquirer. Makaira obviously hasn't played for the last couple months, but what's her value been just still with you guys and maybe helping navigate this season?
It's, I just talked to her actually the other day after practice, and the energy that she brings every day. She had an appointment or something the other day, and she wasn't at practice, and you can feel when she's not there. So she's that vocal, the energy she brings, and so where she's at now in terms of just like her involvement, her engagement, of just pouring into her teammates has been really critical for us. And I said it the other day. I'm like, man, I mean, don't get me wrong, I miss your 20 and whatever, and your everything you give us on the floor. But I'm just very grateful for you for bringing that energy every day, even when you're not playing. And we need you. And I told her we need you to bring that when we're down in Texas. I need you to bring that in these practices. And she's just been unbelievable. And you got to understand, imagine how hard it is for her. This is going into your last year and to not be able to play. And then for her to really just pour into the team, I think speaks a lot for her and the type of person she is.
We have time for one more question. Just wait for the mic and just identify yourself and your affiliation, please.
Joe Vazzelli from the Champaign News Gazette. Just the experience this time around versus the 2 years ago. What's what do you feel like this group can carry from that you feel will be beneficial this time around?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I think about where we were, in that first year and how much further ahead we are now, just in every aspect. Again, when you have a core group that has been together for 3 years, that doesn't happen a lot anymore in college basketball. So we've gained a lot of valuable experience throughout that NCAA tournament, throughout the WBIT run last year. And I think this team, they understand what's at stake. They understand, we're not just happy to be here. We want to win. And obviously that's going to be tough. We have a great opponent. But that experience, I think, it will be very valuable for us. And having seniors out there where if you lose, you're done. And that urgency of it all, is different. It is different than when you're a sophomore or a junior even. So, I trust this senior group. I trust this team with everything I got. And at the end of the day, it's about them. Like I want to win for them. I want these guys to be able to experience this because they've just been so loyal and so resilient and just an unbelievable group for these 3 years.
Coach, we want to thank you very much for your time this morning. Congratulations on your successes to date, and best of luck tomorrow night against Creighton. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, guys.